Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time. You just witnessed some clips of me absolutely dying and getting annihilated on the beach. Yesterday morning, I went for a run on the beach. I went out there solely for this purpose. I went and met up with my mom. And so I told her, hey, can I just go out there for one day? I'm going to show up late Friday, just go straight to sleep, wake up, and go for a long run on the beach because I haven't done that and it's been a long time. I haven't been to the beach in like a year. So showed up Friday, went straight to sleep, woke up, and took off on my run at 7:30 a.m. And little did I know that this is actually late. Now, you would think that 7:30 a.m. that's not late at all, that's pretty early actually. It's not super early, but it's a good start. But yeah, it was just way too hot. I would have been better off starting off at like 6:30, like while the sun was rising. The sun was already up and it was already just scorching. And so the thing about the beach is that it's just constant sun exposure the whole run. There's no buildings, there's no trees, or at least the beach at South Padre Island is just pure exposure. So I was just getting just toasted up. I was getting super toasty and I was just losing a lot of water. I was sweating so much. I lost so much water that I started to cramp towards like mile 3. And yeah, it was just a brutal run. I intended to go for a 7-mile run. 7 miles sounded good. I haven't been really focusing on running lately. I'm still running 2 to 3 times a week, but I'm not like training as intensely as when I was training for a marathon. So in my mind, I was like, okay, 7 miles is perfect. It's not 10. It's not like 5, 7. That's a good long run. If I keep it a pretty chill pace, 9:30, 9:45 pace, it should be fine. But no, even with that pace, the conditions were crazy. I just wasn't adapted to it. Of course, there's the constant sun exposure, but then the humidity was insane because it's a subtropical climate down here in the valley and it just feels like you're in an oven. So the humidity combined with the constant sun exposure, I was just like sweating a shit ton. I was like cramping up. I ran all the way to the jetties. The jetties was that long rock thing that you saw in the clips where people like fish off of. That spot at the beach I started, from there to the jetties was 3.5 miles. So my plan was hit the jetties, come back, out and back, real simple. Went out there, turned around, and then within like half a mile, like once I hit mile 4, I was done. I couldn't. I was like, I looked at my watch and my heart rate was 180 and it was like redlining and I was like, shit. I had like no more water either. I have like this running water bottle that I run with and I was like running with it and then before I knew it, it was just like empty. I'm like, oh fuck. And so yeah, I decided to stop. I ended up getting off the beach and going to the street and I just walked the rest of the way. The street is parallel to the beach, so it took me to the same area, but I was just in the street and there's buildings, so there's like shade. And yeah, it was crazy. It was intense. I think I ended up burning like 600 calories, which is crazy for 4 miles. Normally I just burn like 300 to 400 for that, but just the heat annihilated me. So anyway, the whole point of this little monologue is not to talk about my running adventures on the beach, but to talk about the new channel direction. So in the past, my channel was directionless. I would just film some vlogs, post some music, do some terrible covers, maybe have some Halo content. It was just kind of all over the place. Any new person that stumbled on my channel was probably confused, like, what's this guy about? This guy has vlogs, he has like music covers and like Halo. It's just like super random. But I think it was good. I was, having fun with it and it laid the groundwork for what's to come. It allowed me to dabble in video editing because I'd never video edited before. So I got the basics of Premiere Pro and yeah, I think that was all like a necessary step, albeit a slow one because it's been 7 years since I did my first vlog, but hey, you gotta start somewhere. So yeah, there's gonna be a new channel direction and the channel is gonna be solely focused from now on self-development and fitness, specifically running and lifting and just a well-being and like productivity. I've come to realize that I want to provide value with this channel. I want to like teach the things that I have learned over my like self-help journey since like 2017. I've been super into self-help and it's something that I'm just continuously working on, continuously reading up on and trying to learn how to be better in my, whether that's sleep or whether that's diet, whether that's fitness, whether it's running or lifting, journaling, and just like all these things that I have built to my arsenal over the years, and I think it's time to share it. And I really want to teach people that are striving to better themselves through this YouTube channel. And I'm no guru. I'm not the best runner. I don't have the best habits. You know, there's still some habits that I need to take care of, but that's the whole point, is to show the journey, show what I've learned and my mistakes. And I think that's the best way for this channel to grow, instead of me just kind of lollygagging and just vlogging, even though those are still fun. But I think it's going to be a lot more intentional. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. And they might start off a little underdeveloped at first, because I'm not used to making these sort of videos, but I'll get better over time. And also I want to make it kind of cinematic. You know, I'm super into films, always loved movies, just like cinematography. I have, you know, a pretty good camera now. There's no excuse for me to not be able to like make some like pretty cool shots and make like the channel have a vibe to it, you know. Of course, I want it to be like informational and like value-based, provide value, but I want it to have some artistic touch to it too, because that's just me, you know. I've always loved that stuff. And so I just really wanted to come on here to tell you guys about this new channel direction. Super excited to be able to start working on this. It's been nagging at me for like the past year, and yeah, I think it's time to make the leap. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you soon.